M. Soumya Manoj, Assistant Professor, Department of ECE, Bharat Institute of Higher Education and Research, is going to handle the course name Electronic Devices and the topic Rectifiers. So we are going to see about half wave rectifier, full wave rectifier, and bridge rectifier. So what is rectifier? Define rectifier. A rectifier is an electrical device that converts alternative current, that is AC, which periodically reverses direction, to direct current, that is DC, which is in only one direction, a process known as rectification. A rectifier utilizes unidirectional conduction device like a vacuum diode or PN junction diode. So here, when we see what is rectifier, a rectifier isn't simply we call it as an electrical devices. That normally why we use rectifier in all the electronic devices in the sense, it will convert the incoming alternative current to the direct current. That is simply we can say it will convert the AC to the DC. That is what the reason why we are using rectifier in all the electronic devices. So this process we call it as a rectification. It is only one directional. It is unidirectional. Okay. So this is a rectifier. So rectifier is simply we say that it will convert an AC signal to a DC signal. So in most of the electrical devices, a DC signal is wanted. Okay, so for that reason, we are converting the incoming AC signal because we know that the incoming signal to all the electronic devices, appliances, what we are giving is AC. But for the few purposes, we need only the DC supply. So there we are using a rectifier. It is a unidirectional devices. So we can use a vacuum diode or PN junction diode, which can used as a rectifier. Okay, so this is called as a rectifier. So next you can see the block diagram there. If you see the block diagram, how it is rectified, how the AC signal, it is rectified into the DC signal. You can see the diagram. Okay, the first you are using a power transformer because we know that the power transformer, you have a two winding, primary winding and the secondary winding. So to the primary winding, you can give where you can give the AC supply or the AC line. So here you can say that 120 volt, that is root mean square value, RMS value, and of 60 hertz input we are giving to the primary winding. And from the secondary winding, okay, whatever the input is given, that is given as an input to the diode rectifier. So diode rectifier, where you can use any kind of a diode. I can use a Zener diode, I can use PN junction diode, or you can use a vacuum diode. Okay, so you can use any kind of a diode which is going to act as a rectifier. So this AC signal which is given to the diode rectifier, it is converted into a DC signal, that is a direct current signal. Okay, that is the output from the rectifier. So you can see that the first signal, that is which is input to the diode rectifier, is going to be the full sine wave. But the output from the rectifier, you are getting a DC wave. Okay, so that DC signal, that is whether you have a half wave signal or full wave signal. So that signal is given to the filter. So filter, because normally we know that when we process or when we go for the process like rectification, and surely you will have some ripples or you will have some kind of a noises, interference. So these interference we have to remove all the ripples there. So for that reason, we are using a filter. And from the filter, the unwanted noises which is not required, we are going to remove, and it is given to the voltage regulator. So we know that what is the reason voltage regulator we are using here. So voltage regulator, it will regulate the voltage or it will give the constant output voltage. So that is a job of the voltage regulator. So voltage regulator also you can use a Zener diode. You can, we have a various types depending upon the line connections. And for example, for the filter, you can use a capacitor because we know that capacitor is used as a filter to remove the unwanted noises. And finally, after the voltage regulator, you are getting a pure DC signal. You are getting a pure DC signal from the incoming AC signal. So these are the process you have to undergo, okay, and finally it is given to the load. So you can see that we have an voltage V0 and a current IL for the particular signal. So these are the process of after rectification also, because we are going to see only the rectifier here. That is the first step. And after that you have a filter, then you're going to regulate the voltage, and finally it is supplied to the load. So this is a rectifier job here. Yes. Now next we will see what are the types of rectifier circuit we are going to use, or we are going to study here. Okay, the first one is half wave rectifier, second one is full wave rectifier, and third one is bridge rectifier. So now we will see half wave rectifier first, then we go to the full wave, and finally we go to the bridge rectifier. So half wave rectifier, what is, we know that rectification process. So rectification process is you're going to convert the AC to the DC. And what are the methods, what are the types you're going to follow, or what are the different types of circuits we are going to follow? The first one is you're going to rectify only the half wave, and second type is full wave rectification. So full wave rectification is you're going to rectify the whole entire wave, and the output also you'll be getting a full wave. And bridge rectifier, depending upon the circuit configuration, we say that it's going to be use a bridge rectifier without a transformer. Okay, so first we will see half wave rectifier. The process of removing one half the input signal to establish a DC level is called half wave rectification. So half wave rectification is you're going to remove the one half of the input signal. Okay, that's what I said. You're not going to process the whole signal. You're going to remove only the, you're going to process only the one half of the input signal to establish a DC level, because you need a DC output, right? So for that reason, we go for the half wave rectification. So in half wave rectification, the rectifier conducts current during positive off cycle of the input AC signal only. Okay, and negative half cycle is going to be suppressed, or you're going to clip it out. So when you see the diagram, then you come to know clearly. Okay, then you come to know clearly. Okay, so you see the first circuit diagram here. You can see the AC supply, whatever we have followed for the previous block diagram, the same thing only you're going to repeat, but only we are going to take in particular about the rectification. We are going to see only about the rectifier. Okay, and we are not going to take care about your filters, your supply, okay, regulator, everything, and load everything. So we are going to see only about the rectifier. So AC supply is given. You know that you're going to give a 120 volt, that is 60 hertz frequency, and that is given to the transformer. You're going to use a transformer there, which has a primary winding and the secondary winding, and you're going to use only one diode. You can see the diode there, that is a blue color diode, because diode has, you know that already it has a two terminal. One is said to be anode, another one is said to be a cathode. Okay, that cathode, you can see that I already shown you the silver ring will be there, and you can have a line there. That is said to be a cathode, that is negative. Another one is said to be a anode. So only one diode, we are going to use it in the half wave rectifier. Okay, and then output is directly connected to the load, because you know that load, you are going to connect it, right? So there you're going to check it out, what is output. So this is a simple circuit of the half wave rectifier. And what is the input current, what is input voltage, what is output voltage, everything you're going to note it. What is the input signal here? When you come into the signal diagram, okay, you can see the first figure there. First figure has an input AC signal. Okay, so that AC signal is nothing but you have a V input across your eye. You can see the second figure there. What is the output for the corresponding input? So input is a full wave AC signal, but output is nothing but a half wave rectified signal. So half wave rectified signal is you will have only the positive output, but negative output will not be there. In the sense, you already said that the rectifier, that is a diode, you have no only one diode. That diode will conduct during only the positive half cycle of the input AC signal, and it will not conduct during the negative half cycle. Or simply you can say that the rectifier, okay, the diode is said to be on the positive cycle, and it is said to be off at the negative cycle. Okay, so that is a figure. Figure 2 shows a diagram. Okay, you will have only the positive cycle, negative cycle is absent. Okay, so this is with respect to the current and the voltage we have defined. So that's what here clearly they are saying, that the operation AC voltage across secondary terminals AB changes its polarity after each half cycle. Each and every half cycle, the polarity will change. So during the positive half cycle of the input signal, the anode of the diode becomes more positive with respect to the cathode, hence diode deconduct. So we simply say that diode will conduct and diode are said to be on and off. How do you say diode is said to be on? And how do you say diode is said to be off at the positive, at the negative? So that's what they're explaining here clearly. During the positive half cycle of the input signal, the anode of the diode, because you know that diode has a two terminal, anode and the cathode. So anode of the diode becomes more positive with respect to the cathode. So that's what the reason they say that positive half cycle, diode D will be conducting. Okay, and same time when you come into the negative half cycle, the terminal A is negative, so diode reverse bias and conduct no current. Okay, so you say that terminal A, all right, you say as terminal A in the sense anode becomes negative, so the diode becomes reverse bias and there is no current flow. So current flows through diode during positive off cycle only. At the negative half cycle, there is no current flow. So at that time only you will get an output. So in this way, the current flows through load RL in one direction. What are the disadvantages of half-wave rectifier? Half-wave rectifier has many disadvantages. Since power is delivered only during 1/2 of the cycle of the input alternative voltage, therefore its power output and rectification frequency is low. Because it's almost, you know, that the first drawback itself, it conducts only for the 1/2 of the cycle. And what happened to the other half? It is said to be, it's said to be off. Okay, so what about the power output? It is low. What about the rectification frequency? It is also low. Okay, so this is going to be the first basic point of the half-wave rectifier. Second point, transformer utilization factor is also low. So utilization, the what about you? The transformer utilization factor says that, okay, that is you say as a TUF. So TUF is going to, when you calculate the TUF of the particular rectifier, and how much, what is the frequency of utilizing the particular transformer is very important. So here, you're not utilizing it 100%. So TUF becomes very low. Okay, it is less than 50%, you can see. So the DC output power produced from the half-wave rectifier is not satisfactory to make a general power supply. Okay, the DC output power produced from the half-wave rectifier, it's not good. Okay, then when which you get an, actually you need to get an original output there. So here you can see the signal. They are just going to compare the input signal with the output signal. Here you're going to calculate what is the output frequency of the half-wave rectifier. So you can see the first figure, that is input signal, AC signal, full wave signal. Okay, it's a full wave sine signal, 0, 180 and 360 degree, where you are having an output only, it conducts only for the half cycle. Okay, so that is 0 to 180 degree, it will conduct. And from 180 degree to 360 degree, it is said to be half. That's what they say. So the output frequency of half-wave rectifier is equal to input frequency. Yes, you can say that input frequency and output frequency it almost equal. Okay, that is F out is equal to Fn. This means when input AC completes one cycle, rectified wave also completes one cycle. Okay, so when one cycle is completely done, the output also becomes completes one cycle, right? So this is the frequency of half-wave rectifier, that is output frequency is equal to input frequency. Output DC voltage calculation. The output DC voltage of a half-wave rectifier can be calculated with the following two ideal equations. Vrms is equal to V peak by 2. So Vrms is a root mean square value, that is voltage. Okay. So how do you calculate the RMS voltage? RMS voltage is equal to the peak voltage by the 2. Okay. So half of the peak voltage. So peak voltage in the sense the amplitude you will have, no? Say for example 10 volt. So what is the peak value there? 10. So 10 by 2, you will get a 5 volt. VDC is equal to V peak by pi. So what is DC voltage? DC voltage is equal to the peak amplitude of the particular output signal divided by the pi. Will give you the DC voltage. So we have completed half-wave rectifier and its operation. What are the disadvantages? So next comes full wave rectifier. So full wave rectifier, here It converts an AC voltage into a pulsating DC voltage using both half cycles of the applied AC voltage. So full wave rectifier, it is just opposite to the half wave rectifier, because in half wave rectifier, it conducts only for the first half. But a full wave rectifier, it conducts for both the half cycle. That is positive and the negative. So when you come into the efficiency, when you calculate which is better, full wave rectifier is better than wave rectifier. Here, because you're going, one thing is, there you have used only one diode, but here we are going to use a two diode. Okay, that because you are using a full wave rectifier. So you're going to use a two diode. It uses two diodes, of which one conducts during one half cycle, while the other diode conducts for the during the other half cycle of the applied AC voltage. Okay, so full wave rectification current flow through the same direction for both half cycle of the input AC voltage. Okay, so you are going to use a two different diode. One diode, whatever we have seen for the half wave rectifier, the same thing. It will conduct during the first half cycle. And the other diode, you're going to add it here. Okay, so that will conduct at the other half cycle. So you will have a positive and you will also have a negative. So automatically what you do, there is a full wave rectification is possible here. And the current flow also, it is full. Okay, so it is also same direction for both the cycles. So this can be achieved with the two diodes working alternatively. For one half cycle, one diode supplies current to the load, and for next half cycle, another diode works. Okay, so actually you're combining two half wave. One diode at the positive and the diode at the negative. Same direction, it is unidirectional. Okay, that is you will have an anode cathode, down also anode cathode. So do two diodes. So one will be conducting for the first half and the diode will be conducting for the down, the other half. So finally you will be getting a full rectified signal. So input will be AC signal, output will be a DC signal. So the rectifier is doing this full job. There are two types of full wave rectifier. Full wave rectifier with center taped transformer, and second one is full wave rectifier without a transformer. So while using a transformer, what happened? If you're not using a transformer, what happened? So if you're not using a transformer, then it is called as a bridge rectifier. So that is the third one which we are going to see. Okay, now we will complete the full wave rectifier with a center taped transformer. Okay, because you know that when you use a transformer, obviously the cost will also becomes a high, and the complexity, the system complexity will be high. So you can see the figure. The full wave signal, that is input signal, is a full sine wave, and when it is given to the full wave rectifier, and output what you're getting, you will be getting, actually in case of half wave rectifier, you will be getting only one signal off, another signal half. But here all the signals are there. Okay, that is you will have an half wave signal. Okay, you will have a full signal. Okay, so all the signals you will be getting, that is a DC signal, that is output of the full wave rectifier. So when you see the circuit diagram there, you can see you are using a transformer, and to the transformer you will be giving to the to the primary winding you will be giving the AC input source, and from the secondary you are going to connect a two diode in the same direction. That is anode cathode, and finally you are going to connect it to the load resistance. Okay, this is a simple diagram of the full wave rectifier. So here you can see you're going to compare what is your input and output frequency. Okay, like whatever we done for the half wave rectifier, you're going to compare with the full wave rectifier. You can see the input signal here. So input signal and output signal, you just compare and study. Whenever you do, you just compare with the half wave rectifier and study, and that will make the easy. Okay, the task easy. So input AC signal, if you see 0, 180, 360 degree. So you will have a full signal for the 360 degree. Output, what happened? Actually in half wave rectifier, you'll be getting from 0 to 180 degree. But here 0 to 180 degree, one half. Another half is from 180 degree to 360 degree. So it is conducting for the full cycle. And there you have output frequency is equal to input frequency. But here output frequency is equal to twice the input frequency. Output frequency is equal to twice the input frequency. Okay, so that is what we say, that output frequency of the full wave rectifier is equal to double of the input frequency. It means that when input AC completes one cycle, rectified wave completes two cycles. Okay, So next one become the rectifier which uses a center tapped transformer. So center tapped transformer, when you come, so you can see here, you will have a transformer, a center tapped transformer. The meaning of center tapped transformer is you can see the primary winding and secondary winding will be same. Okay, the windings, the count of the windings will be equal when compared with the primary and secondary. Okay, both will be same. So that means that it is called as a center tapped transformer. But in case of other transformers, it will not be equal. You will have a less and a high windings, primary and the secondary winding. Okay, that will not be equal. But here it is equal, which is called as a center tapped transformer. So same thing, the input AC signal say 120 to 120 volt and 60 hertz, it is given to the transformer, and the transformer, it is connected with the two diode D1 and D2. Okay, and you are connecting the load across it. Okay, that is what the signal, and you can see the other figure which shows the diagram, that is the diodes are conducting. You can see D1 D2 D1 D2. D1 is conducting at the positive half cycle, D2 is conducting at the negative half cycle. Again, D1 is conducting at the positive, D2 at the negative, and same thing it goes. Okay. So when you come to the operation, during positive half of the input signal, anode of the diode D1 becomes positive, and at the same time, the anode of the diode D2 becomes negative. So because you are going to separate as a positive and the negative signal. So at the positive half of the input signal, the anode of the diode D1 becomes positive. And what about the D2? It becomes negative. And D1 will be conducting and D2 will not conduct at the positive cycle. Okay, so the output will be D1. Okay, you will be getting a D1 output. So the load current flows through the diode D1 and the voltage drop across your resistance RL will be equal to the input voltage. So you'll be getting a D1 output. Then when you come into the negative half cycle of the input, the anode of the diode D1 becomes negative and the anode of the diode D2 becomes positive. D2 becomes positive. So when D2 becomes positive, D2 will be conducting and D1 will not conduct. So the load current flows through the diode D2 and the voltage drop across RL will be equal to the input voltage. Okay, so this is a case where it is conducts at the positive and the negative cycle. So D1, D2, D1, D2 will be getting the output. So this is the case of the center tapped full wave rectifier. The average and the root mean square output voltages of an ideal single phase full wave rectifier can be calculated as, okay, because we know that we will be calculating the RMS value of the output and you'll be calculating what is the average of the DC value, DC voltage of the particular rectifier. Okay, because you're using a single phase full wave rectifier, right? So here, what is the VDC value? VDC value is equal to V average value, both are equal. That is equal to twice the peak voltage divided by the pi. Twice the peak voltage. Okay, actually, we in case of half wave rectifier, V peak by pi. But here, 2 Vp by pi, twice. Okay, so next you see that V RMS value. So V RMS value is equal to Vp by root 2. So Vp is peak voltage divided by root 2. That is nothing but the RMS value. So finally, we come into the full wave bridge rectifier. So because we have studied two types of a full wave rectifier using a center tapped transformer, another one is a bridge rectifier. You can see a bridge rectifier here, and you can see the bridge rectifier. Actually, we will use a transformer, but this center tapped transformer is eliminated in the bridge rectifier. Okay, you can see here, you have a 4 diode D1, D2, D3, D4, and you can see all the all the 4 diodes are in the unidirectional, all on in the unidirectional, same direction you can see. So why it is called a bridge rectifier? In the sense, it is connected as a bridge. Okay, it is connected as a bridge. You can see like that. You can see the dot A and C are connected to the transformer, and D and B are connected to the resistor RL. Okay, so it seems that it looks like a bridge. So we call it as a bridge rectifier here. And you can see the B and D are connected to the load resistance RL. And you can see that output voltage VL are noted. Okay, so that is your bridge rectifier here, and you can see here the input voltage also we are going to note it. Okay, and when you come into the output waveform, you can see the input voltage. So input voltage is current across AB. So current across AB is, you can see here, you are going to note what is a V in. Okay, V in is your input voltage. So input voltage is a full signal, full input signal, and current through RL. Okay, and what about the output voltage you are getting? D1 will be conducting, D3 will be conducting at the positive cycle, and at the negative cycle D2 and D4 will be conducting. Diodes D2 and D4 will be conducting, and likewise it continues. And when you come into the next cycle, D1 D3 will be conducting. Another, when you come into the negative cycle, your D2 and D4 will be conducting. So this is a full wave rectifier because you'll be getting a full wave output. Okay, but the four diodes will be acting. There you use one D1 and D2 only, but here D1 D3 will be conducting, and D2 D4 will be conducting, while the other diodes will be off. So here the AC input voltage is applied to the diagonally opposite ends of the bridge. You can see the input voltage which is connected with the A and C. The load resistance is connected between the two ends of the bridge. Consists of 4 diodes instead of 2 diodes. So you can see the detailed diagram here. Okay, and also it shows the operation of the particular diagram. You can see the during first half cycle. Okay, we will see the first half cycle. Diode D1 and D3 are conducting, while diode D2 and D4 are in the half state. Okay, the conducting diodes will be in series through the load resistance RL. So the load current flows through RL. D1, D3 will be conducting, while the other diodes D2 and D4 will be off. So this is in the case of the first positive half cycle. Okay, and such that load current will be flowing through the RL. You can see the statement, it is written on, that is on the green color, and then off. Okay, that is all the diodes are said to be a unidirectional. So next you go for the second half cycle. D2 and D4 are conducting, while D1 and D3 are in the off state. So the conducting diodes will be in series through the load resistance RL. So the load current flows through RL in the same direction as in the previous half cycle. Thus, the bidirectional wave is converted into an unidirectional one. Okay, so you can see that at the positive cycle, that is the first half, what are the diodes conducting, and the second half, what are the diodes are conducting. Okay, that's very important. And finally, how you are getting an output at the load resistance RL. What are the advantages and disadvantages of the full wave bridge rectifier? Advantage: need for center tape transformer is eliminated. Center tape transformer, it's not necessary to use here. Without using a transformer, actually in the diagram we are used a transformer, but without using a transformer also you can construct the bridge rectifier. Output is twice than that of a center tape circuit. Output you are getting twice output when you compare with the center tape circuit. Disadvantage: yes, it requires 4 diode. It's obviously increases the complexity. Internal resistance voltage drop is twice than that of a center tape circuit. Okay. So finally come to the comparison of the filters. So we have studied the comparison half wave, full wave, bridge rectifier. So now we are going to compare all the three types of rectifiers here. Okay. So first you can see, okay, actually after rectifiers we use a filter. Okay. So comparison of filters also studied in the future. We will see. So these are the comparison of rectifiers, come the filters. So half wave rectifier, number of diodes we have used only 1, full wave rectifier 2, bridge rectifier 4 diodes. And next, when you go for the maximum efficiency half wave rectifier, you can see you are using a 40.6, you are getting a 40.6%, and full wave rectifier we are getting 81.2%, and for bridge rectifier you are getting 81.2%. And VDC value is no, that is VDC value is without no load. For half wave rectifier you are getting Vm by pi, full wave rectifier 2 Vm by pi, bridge rectifier 2 Vm by pi, because you know that full wave and bridge rectifier are almost same. And average current for the diode is IDC, and for the full wave rectifier it is IDC by 2. and for the bridge rectifier, it is IDC by 2. You can see that almost a full wave and the bridge rectifier remains same. Okay, because all are both are full wave only, but half wave is just half of the full wave rectifier. Ripple factor will say you how much ripples are there at output. So for the half wave it is 1.21, for the full wave it is 0.48, and for bridge rectifier also it is 0.48. Next, peak inverse voltage. Peak inverse voltage is PIV. We will have to calculate what is the peak voltage. That is, we say a V peak. Half wave rectifier it is maximum, that is VM, and for full wave rectifier it is 2 VM, and for bridge rectifier it is VM only. Output frequency, we say that output frequency is equal to the input frequency, that is F out is equal to Fn in case of half wave rectifier. In full wave rectifier it is 2F, because you know that twice of the input, right? And for the bridge also it is 2F. Next, transformer utilization factor, TUF. So TUF factor is equal to 0.287 TUF, that is for the half wave rectifier, and for the full wave rectifier TUF value is 0.693, and for bridge rectifier it is 0.813. How much the transformer efficiency we are going to use? Okay, that is very less than half wave rectifier, that is the main drawback there. But in case of full wave and bridge rectifier, we are using maximum. That is good. Next, form factor will give you 1.57 for the half wave, 1.11 for the full wave, and for the bridge rectifier, it is 1.11. Peak factor is equal to 2 for half wave, √2 for full wave and bridge rectifier. So these are the comparison of the rectifiers, cum filters, which you have to clearly note all the things. Thank you. So we have completed till now rectifiers definition and the operations and its types, everything.